If you want to get in the groove, mask up to get down, and make sure you stay 6 feet from stardom. Today, on A Place of Our Own, we're exercising your mind, body, and spirit to enter a brain state of being, physically and emotionally, with the help of 2 of the prettiest little teachers around. Welcome, I'm Pete Charles Sesko, and this is the thrift store rundown's Place of Our Own. The Place of Our Own was designed just for you. Kids, teens, Generation Zers, millennials, baby boomers, anyone who wants to bring Hollywood to the classroom on a budget. As you know, every interaction you have with your favorite celebrity or fellow fandom friend is a very important learning opportunity that you can apply to your everyday life. So when it comes to educating yourself about the wonderful world of pop culture, TSR is committed to helping you make the grade. In fact, we are your first and coolest teacher. Nowadays, we're much more aware of the term self-care than ever before. Physical education and health, no matter how laborious or boring those classes might be in some schools, are 2 educational forms of self-care being taught today. Although, again, they can be a little boring. Not here. Not in this classroom, especially not if we bring the armed forces. Behold! This is no joke right here. On the left, we have the November 2016 issue of Self Magazine with none other than Shay Mitchell, Emily Fields. All the more fitting because during the 5-year time jump, she took up a position as swim team coach at Rosewood High. You know, Pretty Little Liars. This was procured off of Amazon for $10.64. And over here, purchased through Amazon for $8.29 is the March 2016 issue of Health Magazine, featuring Shay's counterparts, the Benson of our butter, Ashley Benson, you know, and Marin. This is self-health of the highest, most funnest, and sexiest order. Right now, on the thrift store rundown's Place of Our Own. You had plenty of time to admire both of their covers, and it's been said 1,000,000,000 times, but I am kind of a Pretty Little Liars devotee. I adore them and the show beyond belief, so let's just jump right into the lesson. Since we start almost every recipe with a little pat of butter to grease you up, it's appropriate that we start with a little pat of shea butter. So we'll start with Shay Mitchell's Self Magazine first. And other than a brief mention of Pat Malaxby of Top Chef at her book, An Encyclopedia to Herbs and Spices, there's not a lot in this issue that's of my interest, other than Shay's article. So let's get right to it. Hashtag Life Goals. 6 years ago, Pretty Little Liars made Shay Mitchell a star overnight. Now she's saying goodbye to her breakout role as Emily Fields and getting ready for an even bolder second act. This is Phoebe Wiley's article with Carlos Serraro's photographs and Medina Guerrera's styling. And all 3 of them deserve major shout-outs. They all earn A's in my book because this article, picture, and article-wise, it's just too good a secret to keep. But really, I think it's about time we hear this from Shay Mitchell's point of view. Here's Shay for Self Magazine.
Hi guys, Shay Mitchell here. Welcome to my Self Magazine cover shoot. Today's shoot was all outside. I was really excited when I heard sort of the theme for this shoot, being strong, warrior, and I think there's nothing that's better than celebrating strong, independent, fierce women. In prep for the shoot, I got to work with a lot of amazing trainers. When I'm boxing, I have, that focus that really gets worked on. When I'm doing circuit training, then I get to work on strength. And when, I'm doing track stuff, I get to work on endurance. And all of those really, really helped me in today's shoot. Overall, I think how you feel about yourself, it is truly the confidence that you have to have, with it. That is what means more than anything. Thank you so much for checking out my behind the scenes of my Self Magazine cover shoot.
And you wonder why this has the hashtag life goals as the name for this article. Her healthy life can be summed up in a 4-tier process. Stay energized, step it up, get into the zone, and self-nourish. Stay energized by working out, no matter what you're doing, boxing, CrossFit, spin, or something else. Step it up. Make sure you take plenty of walks throughout the day. Get into the zone and stay in there. Focus, focus, focus. And finally, self-nourish. The word diet is not in Shay's vocabulary. If you're going to indulge, indulge, but make sure you work extra hard before or after you do so. Deprivation is a thing of the past. This also expands upon her lifestyle brand. From her book, Bliss, which I own, I'll link that below, to her upcoming role in the movie Cadaver, now the possession of Hannah Grace. I own that. Again, I'll link that below. Her brand Amore and Vita, her athleisure line called Fit to Wanda, and of course, her YouTube channel with millions of subscribers, rightfully so. Everything you ever wanted to know about the bold and healthy and super sassy Shay Mitchell can be explained in this article. Now, this is actually where the article cuts off, page 75. It continues on page 98. I don't like when they cut off an article to the last few paragraphs and to reserve those to the very end of the magazine. That's not cool. But the pictures here more than make up for that little problem. 1, 2, well, I say 2 if you want to count 2 and 3, because this is a dual page picture, go ahead, but I count this as one whole picture, so 1, 2. I'm sorry, 1, 2, 3, and 4. There's a brief repetition of Shay's cover right here on the bottom right corner of page 5, but I don't count that. It's just Shay's cover, only a bit smaller. But still, this is an awesome edition of Self Magazine. I believe the first one I own. First one I own through Amazon, or first one I own in the library. Totally. I'll have to double check my inventory. But I'm definitely keeping this. Even though its cover is a bit deformed, a bit bent, and a bit scratched up. Hey, you can see it, right? Moving on to Benzo. Ashley Benson on the cover of Health Magazine. You can already tell that this is going to be a fabulous issue. I mean, come on. This is like 2 covers in one. I can already tell you, I'm kind of salivating inside right now. Oh, keep your hands away from the forbidden zone. You don't want to get in big trouble with A, do you? Anyway, pretty, happy, healthy. 6 seasons ago, into Pretty Little Liars, Ashley Benson feels calmer and more confident than ever. This is how she overcame crippling anxiety and why she's opening up about it now. This article is by Amy Spencer with James Wright's photography. And it's pretty much a Q&A style article here. And of course, this, like self-health, gives you slight, and I mean slight, PLL scoop. Not that much to keep you fully satiated, but enough to keep you at rapt attention as you're listening and watching to Ashley's article. And really, when I say that you're listening to Ashley's article, I mean it. Take a look.
Hey, I'm Ashley Benson, and welcome to my health cover shoot. I've always looked at their magazine, and every time I see it somewhere, it's just like your eye goes right to it. My top tip for healthy living: drink a lot of water, eat a lot of vegetables and protein, and try not to eat a lot of sugar. After a stressful day of work, I like to unwind by playing with my dogs. I love going out to dinner. My favorite workout is a toss-up between boxing and Pilates. My least favorite workout is running on the treadmill or anything to do with running, period. How do I stay healthy on set? Man, it's really hard because there's such good food on set, but I just either try to bring my own food and stay away from like the donuts, which is so hard. but I always try to make the right decision. Eat vegetables, snack on like almonds and stuff like that. You just wake up feeling better. What makes me happiest? Good food, good friends, work, but mostly seeing my dogs makes me very happy and very calm. I always get nervous when I do covers, but this one was really fun, and I'm very excited to see it.
Now, as said, this also covers her panic attacks. She had a huge episode one time on set that required the paramedics to come forward and assist Ashley. She recovered, but she still suffers through periodic anxiety attacks. She's brave for opening up in this article here. And in brief, she fills us in on her obsessions, the Olsen twins, cleaning, her embarrassing incident regarding ripping her pants at a friend's surprise party, her aspirations like cooking to school in Paris, and the one person whom she surprisingly has on her phone but never called or texted, Taylor Swift, this year's Grammy winner for Album of the Year. You might want to reconsider ghosting Taylor Swift in your phone's contacts. And of course, her favorite place in her whole house is the bed. A good day for her would be just relaxing in the bed, watching TV, and playing with her dogs. And that's about it. I get told to lose weight all the time. It's just weird. Well, whoever said that, give me some names and I'll send the Wolfswood police after them. Or I'll send AD after them. You don't want to deal with AD, right? Ashley, you are smoking just the way you are. And the same deal goes for you, Shay. I had to ding both magazines a little bit because of their cover deformities. I mean, Health is slightly less deformed than Self, but it does have a few markings here on the cover. I hope you can see them. So, with that said, both of these mags earn 4.5 out of 5 claps, which equates to 9 out of 10 total. Notwithstanding the deformities of both covers, this is self-health of the highest degree, and I hereby decree that those who do not earn an A from either of these two life coaches by hobby deserves to get A on their cases. And I'm only slightly kidding in that regard. This class is now dismissed, but remember, if you missed any lessons in this series, be sure to check out my back-to-school playlist, Too Cool for School, which you can find through a link in the description. And be sure to subscribe and click the bell. And remember, when it comes to bringing Hollywood to the classroom on a budget, TSR is committed to helping you make the grade. That's why we are your first and coolest teacher. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time on the flip side on A Place of Our Own.